Xbox's Fable is delayed to 2027 for the most obvious reason possible. They don't want to compete with Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah, we're getting to the point in the year now where just about every news story is going to relate to Grand Theft Auto 6 somehow, but hey, don't worry. Not every story on this week's Inside Games Roundup is about GTA.
Yeah, that's right, but the next one is, though. Grand Theft Auto 6 developers have unionized amid an ongoing legal battle following the sudden firing of over 30 Rockstar employees.
Yeah, you do love to see it. Let's see here. We've also got a check-in with Xbox's new CEO about how her tenure is going so far. And Monopoly Go has made more money than God at this point. And another one. This is really exciting. Later, Brian gets to talk about Dragon Quest.
Oh boy, we really love that for him. I mean, I don't, but I know that the audience does. So let's get the news started by throwing to the one Inside Game staffer that was once ejected from a bar for talking about Dragon Quest way too much. It's Brian Garr.
I feel like that probably did happen in the 90s, actually. That's true. All right, but first, let's talk about Fable. Microsoft has delayed its long-awaited Fable reboot, pushing it from its planned fall release to February of next year. Xbox, like y'all said the move is about managing a very crowded release calendar, and of course, one game in particular that they do not want to compete with.
Yeah, in a social media post announcing the delay, the company pointed to a very packed lineup that includes Halo Campaign Evolved, Gears of War E-Day, Modern Warfare 4, Control Resonant, Star Wars Galactic Racer, and Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah, of course. They wrote, quote, "In order to plan our game launches through the holidays in a way that works best for players, we're moving Fable to February of 2027 so it can have the dedicated moment it deserves."
I like that they tried to slide in like Star Wars Galactic Racer. That's not why y'all are delaying it. Or Control Resonant.
No, I know.
Be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is very telling that they specifically mentioned GTA 6. It's due out November 19th. So far, so good. And it again, definitely makes sense that no publisher wants to launch a major game anywhere near it.
Yeah, it's going to soak up all the money that people have. If that hasn't been soaked up by everything else so far, yeah. That's also probably why Modern Warfare 4 is scooting a little bit earlier in the year, launching in October instead of November as usual.
Last month, Giant Bomb's Jeff Grubb claimed Microsoft was worried about Fable competing directly with GTA 6, suggesting the game could slip into 2027 if Xbox couldn't find a comfortable release window. And look at that. It did.
But yeah, despite the delay, Xbox says fans won't have to wait long to see more of the game. Fable will appear at the Xbox Game Showcase June 7th alongside other upcoming ones like Gears of War E-Day. So we're going to learn more. It's a delay. That sucks. But, 4 months? We'll be all right.
Yeah, it's always nice. Devs have a little more time. Pressure's off, kinda. Maybe they can squeeze a little more content in there. I guess what worries me is, yeah, they're delaying to February, but so is everybody else. And we don't know now what it's going to be competing with from all the GTA 6 refugees that push into 27. So it's not like they've bought themselves clear skies with this, but no matter what they're competing with in February next year, it's going to be better than competing with GTA this fall.
That's exactly what they're thinking, Lawrence, because I'm sure they're like, there is no other seminal game release in February of 2027 that is as big as GTA 6. Jeez.
All right, speaking of GTA 6, developers working on that game have formally announced a union amid an ongoing legal fight with Rockstar Games. It's called the Rockstar Game Workers Union, and they're part of the Independent Workers Union of Great Britain.
Yeah, that's great. I'm really, really excited for them. According to the group, more employees joined after more than 30 workers were fired last year for what Rockstar allegedly called gross misconduct. The IWGB, or the Independent Workers Union of Great Britain, says the firings were a blatant act of union busting.
Ooh, Rockstar hoisted on their own petard, huh? Fired a bunch of employees for union busting, and you're just going to drive the rest of the employees to join a union, so how did that work out? Yeah, the union says that staff from Rockstar offices in Edinburgh, London, Leeds, Lincoln, and Dundee have all joined the effort. In a video announcing the union, members said they're organizing around issues including pay transparency, flexible working, and ending crunch.
In the video, the union solicited donations to help with legal fees, saying, "We're determined to win justice for the 31 fired workers and to show studios like Rockstar that they cannot get away with this disgusting treatment of the people whose talent, skill, and creativity are what capture their audiences and generate their billions."
I completely and totally agree. The legal battle between the union and Rockstar is expected to head to court, but a trial date has not yet been made public. Parent company Take-Two Interactive said recently that it expects revenues for its 2027 fiscal year to surpass $8 billion for the year, thanks in large part to the release of GTA 6 on November 19th, which, by the way, is coded by the people that are unionizing. So, hey, keep it up over there. I'm glad to hear it. You deserve at least a very small piece of the $8 billion.
Yeah, now's the time to strike. I mean, yeah, there's a big pie to get a chunk of for sure. And I think it's more of a visibility thing. As GTA 6 is going to come around, people like us are going to be looking for headlines about GTA 6. So the PR timing is really, really smart too. I know that this is all downstream of a bad event of like 30 people getting fired. So this isn't a PR mastermind at the union choosing their time to strike for right now. But still, the time is fortuitous. I think they're going to find a lot of friends, a lot of friendly voices on the internet, and a lot of supporters. So I do hope the best for them, and I hope that they can wring a little more money out of the parent company Take-Two.
And if anybody needs a union, it's friggin' Rockstar employees. Like, they are just legend. I mean, how many Rockstar crunch stories have we done? Like, I feel like it's a necessity.
I feel like now the more insidious thing is developers using their pedigree to underpay or to basically undertreat employees. I've heard this about a lot of major studios, especially ones that have been around for a long time, Blizzard Entertainment. Specifically, that they kind of pay under market rate because they know they have a lot of fans, people that are fans of the brand, fans of the studio, view it as like a career advancing move to work there. So they will take that resume boost out of your salary. And we reported on similar things from Rockstar from their Glassdoor reviews, that they notoriously underpay because it's Rockstar and they can. So hopefully unions can push back against that a little bit.
All right, let's talk about Monopoly Go. You know what? People love playing Monopoly on their phones. It has crossed $6 billion, lots of billions today, in revenue, making it the fastest mobile game ever to hit that milestone.
According to Sensor Tower, the game reached the mark in just 1,275 days, about 3.5 years, beating games like Monster Strike and Honor of Kings. I've never even heard of those games. The analytics firm said, quote, "The speed of its rise is unprecedented," noting that no other mobile title has reached $6 billion in-app purchases this quickly.
Game's ridiculous. I played it a little bit, Monopoly Go. It is pretty addictive, but I held the line. I never spent any money, at least. Yeah, Sensor Tower says Monopoly Go became the world's top grossing casual game shortly after launching in 2023 and remains one of mobile gaming's biggest earners. Scopely claims the game still brings in around $200 million a month.
And notably, Sensor Tower's estimates only track in-app purchases, meaning the game's actual revenue is likely even higher. So yeah, it is a money machine, and it is going burr. All right, now let's talk about Xbox. Their CEO, Asha Sharma, says Microsoft's recent Game Pass price cuts are already helping bringing players back.
Can I just say a resounding duh? In a memo to staff published by The Verge, Sharma said subscriber growth had slowed and cancellations increased after last year's Game Pass pricing and tier changes, but after lowering the prices for some Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass tiers last month, Sharma said the company has, quote, seen acquisitions grow and retention improve, which is a good first step.
This is the kind of thinking you get from a CEO, folks. You can't get this anywhere else. She did also warn that fixing Game Pass growth won't happen overnight, writing, quote, "We will not solve this in one moment or one launch."
Sharma also addressed her decision to rebrand Xbox as the all-caps Xbox, saying that the change reflects, quote, "a decision to be deliberate in how we show up for the players who care most about this brand." That's a lot to read into all caps.
Since taking over for Phil Spencer earlier this year, Sharma has pushed a more fan-focused message, including promises to reevaluate Xbox exclusivity and respond more directly to player feedback. I feel like she's done that a little bit when it comes to the easy decisions, but no hard decisions have really had to been made yet. So we'll see what happens when those come up.
Yeah, I'm curious how she'll navigate that. She's been pretty good at telling people what they want to hear. And yeah, like you said, Bruce, doing the easy things that make people happy. But yeah, when she's got to close studios, when Ninja Theory's on the chopping block, that she's not going to seem like a hero anymore at that point. So we'll see. And man, I'm getting all sorts of memories of the past right now. This all caps Xbox thing reminds me of back at Machinima. There was some point where they printed up a giant banner with like the company's new like 3-pronged strategy or whatever and hung it in the kitchen. And I remember every day going in there and looking at that, being like, what the fuck is this? I don't know. It was the stupidest thing in the world. So yeah, I imagine Xbox employees going back into the studio and now there's this giant banner with an all caps Xbox telling you what it should mean. And meanwhile, they're just shuffling through and grabbing all the kind bars they can anyway.
It's like the waning days of Rooster Teeth. Yeah. All right. And finally, boys, reset the counter because Dragon Quest is about to get mentioned. That's right. Square Enix just pulled one of the biggest RPG curveballs in recent memory, or at least in my opinion. Dragon Quest 12 has been scrapped and rebooted. It's getting the Metroid Prime 4 treatment.
Now, normally we don't have to read the story. Brian just talks about it, and then I just get to laugh at it. But Brian has written it into the script, which means I have to read it. And I don't want to do that, but I'm going to anyway. So originally announced in 2021 as Dragon Quest. He's forcing me. Originally announced in 2021 as Dragon Quest 12, The Flames of Fate. The game will now release as Dragon Quest 12 Beyond Dreams. Square Enix said the new version features a new protagonist and storyline from the one originally revealed.
Damn, okay. Yeah, this protagonist looks like he's seen some shit. It's kind of fun. Different for a Dragon Quest protag, at least. Yeah, this announcement came up during the Dragon Quest 40th anniversary stream, where fans were expecting a long-awaited update on the RPG. Instead, they got what appears to be a full reset on the project.
Yeah, the first one, we only saw a title for 12, but it was in flames, so we were thinking darker and grittier. But now the reboot, according to what they're showing now, it looks more lighter and Dragon Quest-y. Series creator Yuji Horii said last year Square Enix was still, quote, working hard on Dragon Quest 12 and planned to share more information little by little. But despite the reboot reveal, the company still didn't announce a release date for the game because it is years away, I'm sure. And yeah, they did show an image of the new protagonist. He's got the shaved sidewalls.
The announcement came 2 years after the death of longtime series artist, the legendary Akira Toriyama, which may have been a factor in the restart for this game.
Could be. I feel like this is pretty uncommon. Usually when Square Enix is this deep into a game, they salvage it somehow. Like Final Fantasy 15 was kind of like chopped together at the end there. 13 as well, kind of took a while to come through, but yeah, I can't think of many games that they fully trashed and restarted, so that's interesting. I wonder if we'll ever know about the abandoned project or why they walked away from it.
Yeah, I don't know. I it's kind of my speculation that Toriyama's death played into it, but it has to at some point. I know he has understudies, but I feel like they probably weren't where they needed to go, and who knows what happens now. But I feel like the franchise is kind of at a popularity point outside of Japan. People were playing a lot of 11. They're bringing 11 to the Switch too. There's a new Monster game. The remakes of the earlier games have been good. So maybe it's just like they just want to get it right. So we'll see. And now let's do a 5-second review. All right, I played a little bit of Mina the Hollower, and it's awesome. It reminds me of a Game Boy game, kind of Game Boy Color, and just a blast. It's my game of the year so far. Just fun, kind of like a Zelda meets a Castlevania type thing. Highly recommend it. I'm 3 hours in, but I'll finish it this weekend.
All right, next up, Inside Games is on your side, and don't worry, we've trimmed it down a little bit this week. But first of all, the free games, the absolutely free games. Right now, Epic is giving away Calico, Lone Star, and Bunny Guys.
Normally we'd mention Amazon Prime games here, but this segment has gotten a little long in the tooth. So we're going to apply a little discernment here. Assume that very few of y'all are salivating over one free copy of Nordic Storm Solitaire, which is on the Legacy Games launcher, by the way. Not even on good old games, so...
Yeah, from now on, we'll keep an eye on subscription services like Amazon Prime, Game Pass, and PlayStation Plus, and we'll shout out the highlights as we see. We'll curate them just for you guys.
Yeah, but the actually free games we will still mention. So on that note, all Xbox console owners, the free play weekends, can play Gears of War Reloaded for free until Sunday, while you can get a 5-hour timed trial for High on Life 2, and you don't have to be a Game Pass subscriber for that. So as long as you have the console, you can check it out.
That's cool. All right, let's move on to the upcoming games for this week. First up, Freefall 95. Chain massive trick combos, dodge deadly debris, and chase huge scores in this fast-paced arcade adventure. Earn coins, upgrade abilities, collect rare items, and uncover a wild time-bending narrative aboard this doomed flight in the year 1995. Comes to PC June 1st.
under choice. Become the overseer and shape the fate of those who come knocking at the door. Each decision you make, whether it's to let in a stranger, to use your resources on something, or to risk the safety of the bunker, they all have consequences, I'm assuming, and it'll be awesome. It comes to PC June 1st.
Yes, every run is different. A world of infinite possibilities. Everything reacts to your choice. I want to see more of that in the copy for these games. We've gotten away from the fundamentals here. Speaking of, next up, eFootball Kickoff. Experience the excitement of every goal, solo or with everyone. Build an original team and enter tournaments around the world. Take your one-of-a-kind dream team to the very top. eFootball Kickoff comes to Switch 2 on June 4th.
Up next is River City Saga: Journey to the West, a roguelike action game where you grow stronger with each run. Obtain secret skills from gods who randomly appear as you progress through the stages to boost your abilities and stats. With a whopping 80 different secret skills available, discover your ultimate build and mow down the swarms of enemies. Comes to PS5, Switch, and PC on June 4th.
Swan Song is a cozy puzzle game that invites you to slow down, listen, reflect. Set inside a magical music box, each puzzle asks players to place notes on a musical scale. When you turn the key, the composition plays, activating platforms and opening paths that guide a small swan to safety. Comes to PC June 4th.
What a cozy sounding game. Hey, speaking of cozy, next up, The Seventh Guest remake. Explore a foreboding mansion, solve mind-bending puzzles, and uncover its dark secrets. The Seventh Guest is the ultimate mystery adventure reimagined for modern platforms. The remake comes to PS5, Xbox Series, Switch, and PC on June 4th.
Up next is Tour de France 2026. Take on the best international cyclists with one goal in mind: blood doping. Oh, wait, no. Winning the 2026 Tour de France. That's a Lance Armstrong joke. He's really old. Conquer legendary mountain passes, launch your sprints at the perfect moment, and emerge triumphant on the Champs-Élysées wearing the yellow jersey. Comes to PS5, Xbox Series, and PC June 4th.
Gothic 1 Remake. Guys, the legend is back. Return to the Valley of the Mines in this faithful remake of the genre-defining classic RPG. Explore a handcrafted, organic open world that reacts dynamically to your actions in a gritty, unrestricted experience like no other. Lawrence, I think they heard you on this description. It comes to the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and the PC June 5th.
All right, finally, we got a little movie tie-in here. Masters of the Universe Legends Unite is a cooperative deck-building game. I was about to say, we haven't had cards yet. There they are. Deck building, everybody thinks about Masters of the Universe, thinks about cards, right? Deck building game developed by Bandit Island Games. Team up with heroes and villains alike to engage in card-based battles to succeed in Eternia's trials. Collect powerful cards, unleash devastating abilities, and claim victory at all costs. This is an Amazon Luna exclusive, launching on June 5th.
Wow. I'm not even sure what to say to that. That sounds like a movie tie-in to me. Thank you very much for watching the Inside Games Roundup. We appreciate you kicking off your weekends with us. And if you do that, hopefully you do, because these Friday episodes are always really long because we read a lot of video games at the end, and we hope you enjoy us reading video games. And we have been ramping up coverage during the week for news as well. So please check out our Patreon. All of our coverage goes over there for free. And of course, well, there are memes that Lawrence posts, but maybe not every meme gets posted over there because Patreon keeps restricting a few of them for sexual content.
Yeah, here, let me post the image in the group chat here so you guys can see.
Ooh.
Yeah, Patreon popped me. I finally got dinged for the edginess of my memes.
Ooh, I'm excited to see what this meme is.
Yeah, once you see this, you'll understand.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Hold on a minute. We're gonna, you know what, guys? We're gonna break all the rules. Show you the forbidden image right now. Shuklin, show him the contraband. This is a edgy one.
Okay, he is bottomless. He is bottomless.
Yeah, that's all I can figure is because I tried posting it again, and then within like 30 minutes, it got taken down again. So all I can figure is there's some bot that thinks that this beer-enjoying dog is a giant penis or something. Because I can't. He's not even that. Well, whatever. Who cares? Hey, we'd like to shout out some very reliable supporters that have stuck with us through this very controversial time. We're in the midst of getting canceled by Patreon, but we'll make it through. So thank you for sticking by your brave gamers. Thank you, John Sennett, Greg Wolf, Worst Donut, and UESC Battleroid. That's the kind of bravery we love here. And shout out to all of our supporters. We include the whole list after the roundup, so they're coming up. We appreciate you all. And Bruce mentioned it, but extra special shout out to our tireless editor, Shuklin, who's been just killing it lately, because we've stepped up coverage and that's put a lot more work on him, but he's been doing a great job. He also makes the music for our episodes. So let him know if you appreciate the music. Let him know if you appreciate his work. And thank you again for watching. We'll see you all next week on Inside Games.